I'm here with Katrine, Viljar, and Gard, the writer, director, and the two main actors of Good Boy. Shoot, what do I say about this to not give anything away? This had a lot of similarity. I don't know if you saw Fresh
Yeah,
last year. It had a lot of similarities to Fresh, where it starts off as kind of sweet romance movie, love story, until it's not anymore. How did Good Boy come about?
yeah, it's kind of fun you say Fresh. I remember when that movie came out, and actually Gard sent me a message and like, have you heard about this film? Because when that film came out, we just got finished, with the post production process of Good Boy. So it's kind of like when I saw that film, I was kind of like, damn it, because they're kind of similar. But it's funny that two similar movies like that came out independent from each other. So I guess that tells you something about the stuff that's happening in the world is giving those kind of ideas. But the idea for the film started obviously with a person in a dog costume. That's what I had for many years. I didn't really have a plot. When I developed the script, I was not sure if it was going to be a comedy or a satire or a thriller. And then while writing it, I kind of started first as kind of like a comedy, and then it turned into something a little bit more sinister, as as you mentioned.
And Gard, you go from a really handsome, charming man to a pretty much also. What was the process like developing your character in that way?
Well, me and Viljar talked a lot about it when we read the script first time together, and I wanted to bring a lot of empathy to get the audience to think one way and then maybe be surprised. And I think my character, he doesn't change his desires. I just think he fights for them even more as it comes out of control. And he is just trying to love and be loved the way he portrays love. And I think it's an interesting balance there between love and control, and maybe some other things that people might discuss after the movie. But it took a lot of time for me, up to several months, to figure out how his mind worked and what I could do to this character to make it believable.
And Katrine, this looks like your first acting credit, at least according to IMDb. And the whole cast was great, and you were great in this too. I'm assuming you've done more acting in this, or is this your first time and you just knocked it out of the park because you're a natural?
Thank you very much. Well, it is actually my first time filming, so it was quite interesting, and I had a lot of help from Gard and Viljar, who was so helpful and made this environment very safe for me to test it out. I have acted a lot in the theatre, of course, before, but it was a new experience with the cameras, and it was just really, really fun. So I hope to do more of it.
Oh, Viljar, you definitely, as mentioned, you lucked out with the actors in this. What was the process like getting them together?
Yeah, so it was just a normal audition. I put out like a casting call on different Facebook groups and websites, and as you said, yeah, I very much lucked out. I think both Katrine Lovise and Gard, and also Amalia, who plays Aurora in the film, I think all of those three were very early on. It was pretty obvious that they were the ones that was going to be part of the film. I think, as I say, lucked out, because I don't think the movie would be half as good if those people didn't show interest in the film.
And also the characters early on, it seemed like a relationship movie. Katrine's character dealing with the fact that Gard's character has a man dressed as a dog and having to deal with a different lifestyle. And I really liked in the movie how you kind of tackled that a little bit before going on to the other thing. What's yours and Katrine and Gard's? Like, what's your experience with that sort of thing in real life? Or do you have any experience of that in real life? Not specifically someone dressed as a dog, but just like fetish or just different lifestyles in general.
Well, I think I think being open and yeah, being open about people wanting to live their life is important to me. And I always hear people out before I judge something. So I've had a lot of encounters where I first think, wow, you really, okay. I want to ask more. I want to hear more. And I think that's my attitude also with acting. So yeah, people are different and I love it.
I feel connected with Gard's answer there. It's nice to be open-minded and get to know people. Well, you don't know what's happening when you first meet someone. So I think I could have kind of done the same as Siggy, ended up in this situation because you want to think the best of people. And so it was nice, for me at least, to connect with Sigrid, because I think many people are at first a little bit skeptical, but then you want the best out of people.
And you, Viljar?
Yeah, I agree with both of them. I think it's very important to be, even if you don't get, what people lifestyles or, if somebody has weird hobbies, I think, actually, the weirder the hobby or the weirder it's the more interesting oftentimes the people can be. So yeah, I think that's a very important thing to be open to people's weird hobbies or yeah.
Yeah. Also, does this have any sort of like comment on just like pets in general? Like you see a dog in a house and people are treating a dog a certain way and you don't really think about it, but you see someone dressed as a dog and now you see him as human, so it seems odd or almost disrespectful for someone to treat someone like they would a dog. Is there any sort of comment on that, or just looking too deep into it on my part? Maybe?
No, absolutely. I think what you said is completely right, and definitely a thing that inspired the film is, we call dog a human's best friend, and I think most dogs love their owners, but I feel like also they kind of don't have a choice. They're kind of forced to be in that home, and if they act badly, they'll be disciplined. And yeah, I thought it would be, and they don't have like the same ways to communicate as humans do. When it comes to like consent and telling, if something is bad, if they're not comfortable and stuff like that. So I thought it was interesting to put, what happens if you put a real human in that situation. So you're completely right. It was definitely a thought process behind that.
Also, and this goes for the three of you, I don't know what the budget was for this, but was there any sort of challenges putting this movie together? Whether like oh no, I don't know if we have enough time to shoot, blah, blah, blah. We might have to cut certain scenes or, just in any sort of thing that might pop up during production that might have had a little trouble getting through.
I think, when I wrote the script, I tried to be mindful of what I already had access to. It's very, very few actors in the movie. And that's one reason is I like, for it to be minimal and be intimate. I think it fits the film, but it also is technical reason. It's easier and it's easier to make. And when it came to locations, for example, this is the cabin that they go to. It's where I live right now. So I have most of the places were places we had access to. Surprisingly enough, I think it wasn't an easy shoot, but I think no film shoot is easy, but I think this went much smoother than it can go. It could have gone a lot worse, I think, especially with being lucky enough to get these two actors and stuff like that. So it was a little bit luck too. Yeah.
And also, Gard and Katrine, both of you, do you have any? I love both of you in this. Do you have anything else coming up? And Gard, I know you have a couple things that you've worked on in the past. Is there something that listeners can go back to and watch that you're in that you're particularly proud of?
They should watch this movie first.
Well, obviously, but I mean, after watching Good Boy.
But yeah, I've had some credits back in the past. You can check them out on my IMDb page. And I have some work coming up as well, like a feature film. So I'm very excited, and I'm continuing to work.
And Katrine?
I'm mostly working in theatres, so but I have done a couple of shorts which are in post production. So I hope they will be able to, that you can be able to look at them.
Well, yeah, definitely send those my way. Also, we ask this of everyone. We have a "What's in the Box" segment. We have people put movies in the box. They're either movies that are important to you, or movies that you really like that you just wish more people would watch. What's a movie from each of you that you would like to put in the box?
The Novice I really liked from 2021. I think very Whiplash-like film, which I thought was quite underrated. So The Novice.
I'm between two, so I'm gonna say two if that's all right. Or do you want me to say one?
No, two's fine. We'll just have an extra one as well.
Keeping to the Scandinavians, and let me please both countries on our sides. But one movie is a Swedish movie called As Like in Heaven, and it's a beautiful movie. And the other, you might know it, it's The Hunt. It's a Danish movie by Thomas Winterberg with Mads Mikkelsen playing.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Also a huge inspiration for my part to this movie. So yeah, that's the two in the box.
Yeah, and for me, I just saw the movie Call Me by Your Name, and I really loved it. So that's something I would recommend people to watch as well.
Well, those are all fantastic picks. And looks like Good Boy releases in theaters and digital on September 8th. So I would implore everyone to go check it out. It's probably not a movie for everyone, but I know my sister's she's gonna like the first half, and the second half is like, Eric, why did you make me watch this? But this is a really fun and really heartfelt in places and really creepy in other places. And this was a good movie all around. So congratulations, and thank you for joining me today.
Thank you so much. Nice talking to you.